Getting to the money, I be getting to the back. People think I'm funny cause I always make them laugh. I ain't even being funny, I be really spitting facts. I'm about balance and I got talents. Every challenge I overcome. Low-key is savage, never be average. Give me a task and I'll get it done. Minding my business whenever I come in. I'm handling business while I'm having fun. I ain't worried about winning, but that would be dumb cause there's no competition. I already won, huh? Yeah.
Peace, family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Astrologiks, and I am your astrology coach. I'll be continuing my Lilith through the sign series with Lilith in Leo, or Lilith in the fifth house. And so what is Lilith? Lilith was the first wife of Adam. They were both made equal. They were both made from the dirt. They had the same power, same strength, same mind, same will, same skill. And over time, Adam wanted to control Lilith. He wanted her to submit to him. He wanted to dominate her sexually. And Lilith refused to do it. She wanted to be equal as they were made. And because she refused, she was kicked out of the Garden of Eden and kind of went on a rage, having sex with demons, killing babies, and just doing a bunch of devilish, revengeful things. And so Lilith is a representation of the things that we're ashamed of, where we feel rejected, where we feel repressed, especially when it comes to our sexual energy and our shadow self. And Leo is a fixed fire sign. It's ruled by the sun, and it lives in the fifth house. And so the sun is very powerful. You know, these are people who tend to hold very powerful positions, soldiers, police, colonels. You know, these people reach the highest level of their positions, whatever that is. They're royals, you know, they are kings and queens. They are very regal, very charismatic, magnetic individuals. The fifth house is fun, love, play, romance, clubbing, bars, sports, your casual sex life, the creatrix, so your creative energy, or what would also be considered the maturation of a child, so conception. Children, where you might be self-employed, gambling, amusement parks, dating, yeah. And so growing up, these people might have been repressed when it comes to Leo themes. Their need for attention might have been repressed by their parent. or parents, or just the people in their environment in general. They might have wanted to be the center of attention, but never got it. And this could have caused some jealousy or competition between you and others in the way you view your ideas around getting attention were formed. That could have been through starting drama to get attention or being loud. And that doesn't necessarily mean verbally, but just the colors you wear, the things you do, um, can be in a very flamboyant, boisterous way in order to get attention. Um, you could have a very high view of yourself that can become very narcissistic, or egotistical or vain. That could cause problems in your life where you're unable to get along with others because you're always trying to be the best, get all the attention, or you only hang with people to be a part of whoever is the best and get attention, but it can always end up in some jealous, dramatic situations, fighting, getting into altercations, losing friends and close people, um, the people who you are close to. Or it could even be that you don't even really want to be close to anybody. You could be very detached in that way, where you kind of feel like you're better than people, or you look down on people and you kind of walk all over them, or you only, again, use them for an opportunity to go out and show off and be the best in that situation. Um, and people tend to not want to be around people like that. Um, it could also be that you are really good at making people feel good about themselves, only to then get them to fall in love with you and then drop them. And so these people might tend to have very high um, sexual partners, flings, one night stands, um, and leave people kind of feeling empty, or you ghost them and they kind of don't know why, but you've gotten what you wanted from the situation, and other people might be left in ruins, heartbroken. So these can definitely be considered people who are heartbreakers. Um, you kind of might be obsessed with having fun, not working, not wanting to work, feeling like you can get people to do stuff for you. You can be very influential, but it could be on the negative side or the lower vibration, where again you need people to do stuff for you, but it comes off very prima donna like, like you need to do this because you're my little, you know, you're my little Cinderella, or the evil stepsister kind of thing, where you kind of push people around and be like, do that because that's your job type of thing. you know um it could kind of be like that energy. These people love the spotlight. They're very extravagant. They might like having sex in public places, live life to the fullest, the glamorous life. um um these people are really, really, really good with kids. But again, because it's on the lower expression, it could play out like they thwart your ability to have fun. And so you might leave them behind a lot, or you put them on your mom, especially if you're somebody who has kids at a young age. Unfortunately, this placement can come with being um, raped at a very young age by an older person in particular with displacement. And that's mostly, again, because these people are very regal, beautiful, and even voluptuous, where their body type is, um, they don't look their age. They might look like they might be very young, but have the body of a damn near grown woman, you know? And so they attract a lot of older men and end up being, taken advantage of sexually at a very young age in some way, shape, or form. Um, and again, this could have led to your over sexualized behavior as an adult. Even these women tend to be in the porn industry. Um, um, and strippers, you know. It could get real bad to the point where you have to get drunk or high in order to have sex, or be intimately involved with somebody to black out the memories of when it first happened, your first time, which might have not have been as pleasant. And so you associate sex with drugs, alcohol, that could lead to a really bad addiction. Um, it could be prostitution, but I still see Leo because it's such a high end sign. I think I mentioned this in the Taurus video as well, where you'd be a high end uh, sex worker, where you fulfill an older man's needs. These can be older men where they'll actually give you royalties, where you receive a car, a home. I think of like the industry, these people do tend to be very famous. And so when you're in that lifestyle, unfortunately, you could be more attracted or prone to these types of situations in the light of fame. Now, obviously, that's kind of extreme, right? But these people are the people whom this unfortunately could happen to. Um, or they end up in, or, for one reason or another, it leads them to this lifestyle where you end up dating basketball players or again, it's not the lower end people, not to say that basketball players are lower end, but these women particularly are going to get the king. So not the basketball player, but the basketball coach or the head of the basketball team, the person behind the scenes who's calling all the shots and really making all the money. Um, you know, they'll get the king. I mean, it's really just the president, they'll get the higher person. And because of that, um, it could even be sexual favors. It might not even necessarily be physical sex. It could be to rub a person's feet or just to be eye candy, to soothe their emotional wounds, to make them feel good about themselves, little things like that. And they'll receive some kind of large sum of money or fame. Um, this could be the sleep your way to the top type of mentality. But it's definitely more regal and royal when it comes to the sexual complicities of this particular placement, you know. Um, um, yeah. So you could get cars, houses, a business, or a piece of a business, or something to that effect. Um, And so, you know, again, if you do have kids, you might be the type of mom or had the type of mom who just didn't have time for you because fun, play, being luxurious, living a life of fame or in the spotlight or you know, drugging and alcohol was just way more important than the children are. Or you reject them because, you know, they don't allow you to do the things that you really want to do. Um, or you just claim to not want to have kids. These people might not want to have kids because they are aware of the work that it takes, and that it takes away from their fun and play. And it's something they're absolutely unequivocally not interested in doing. And they may um, be a godmother or the best auntie or the favorite auntie, you know, the auntie that all the kids think that are cool because they have really nice, expensive stuff or live this very lavish, glamorous life, or they'll be the auntie who will actually sit down and play with the child and take them to the amusement park and spoil them and get them all the candy and listen to their crazy creative ideas, you know, very, very tapped in with your inner child. That ability makes you like really, really good with kids. Typically, whenever I'm doing a reading for somebody and I see a Leo placement, this is my Mary Poppins placement. Like these are great teachers. They're amazing teachers. They really, 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 really know how to feed into a child's imagination and allow them to be the most creative that they can be without judgment, which can be very beneficial for a child growing up and lead them to their most positive ability to be creative in a way that could ultimately, you know, get them into a position of power. Um, and it's something that clearly we need more than ever today, but just in general, it's a very important talent to have when it comes to working with children. Um, yeah. And so I think um it's important to remember in this placement is to stay humble, be grounded. It could be really, really hard with this placement because I mean the truth is Leo energy is just a shit. I mean, it really doesn't matter how you chop and screw it up. I can imagine these people being the biggest assholes of all, and they're still admired in some type of way because of the levels that they tend to reach in their life just through their presence. And so um for you, karmically wise, it's important for you to stay humble. You know, remember that people exist and they have feelings, and the people you leave in ruins, karma comes back around, you know, and it can tend to put you in a very destabilizing position. It can block your blessings where you actually don't reach the level that you know you're meant to because of the high ego and the lack of immoral for or the morale for people's feelings just to get on top. Um, and know that you don't need outside validation from others. You come in this world this way. Um, build on your creative abilities and focus on that. Leo people do tend to need help, and it's mostly because they grow so quickly, because of their regal energy. And so know that when you have people working for you or you're asking for help to get things done, that you are respectful and you do nice things for the people who help you and show gratitude. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I can really say so much more about it, but these people naturally are going to teach you. Um, that's not, I don't think that's something that you have to tell a Leo, that they are naturally going to encourage you. Again, it's just a matter of what's your intention behind it. They share, they have really big hearts. Um, and they tend to want to help everybody succeed and don't want to leave anybody behind. And so I feel like that's a given. You don't really have to tell a Leo to do that, but it's just remembering the intention behind it and being humble and nice about it. So, yeah, this is my interpretation of Lilith and Leo. As usual, family, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.